what are some things that you've learned about product? Because I'm really, really fascinated by product-based businesses. I've never done it. I'm in the service-based industry and obviously the content industry. But when it comes to product, what are things, A, that you're shocked about, that you were like, what the fuck? And B, what are some of the biggest pain points of product?
So with the raising money and stuff and paying for inventory, I started so small. Like I was just finding stuff at flea markets, like even Rose Bowl, like nearby. I was finding stuff, buying it. I started with $900 and I wasn't going to spend more than my $900, which was going towards stock and the website and my Canva subscription. And then everything else I just did myself. So, and then I would buy the cord and hand tie it and that was sold for like $50. So then I'd have however much left, in my bank account, and that grew and grew and grew. And then I had enough money to be able to put it into a purchase order of earrings of like stock. So like I've grown it from the start. I haven't put in the money to buy it, but now it's at the point where it's like, if you want to grow and if you actually want to grow your business, you can't really be out of stock. Like you constantly need to have enough stock so that people can buy it. Like no stock, no sales. It makes total sense. But you have to have enough money to, like you're saying, pay for the stock up front. Well, now I'm trying to negotiate my terms, but like up until now I pay for everything up front. So like it's a huge pain point of being like, okay, I'm going to empty the bank account to pay for this. Then what the fuck if it doesn't sell would I do?
Yeah.
And will I even then have enough money to pay my employees and like all my other expenses? Like so scary. But yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out the financial stuff now. And a pain point for me is like inventory, finance. That's probably all my pain points.
Do you outsource that or?
Yeah, so now I'm getting some help with that. It's like I have like a freelance person helping me a little bit with my operations, which has been really good. But up until now I haven't needed it. Like I've been small enough that I can be like, okay, I've sold 100, so I'll buy 150. But they're like, okay, if you sold 100 in a week, let's maybe buy 1,000 so you can sell even more, for example. So now I'm getting a little bit of help with it, but I think a good piece of advice is like, you don't need to know all this stuff. Like you'll figure it out as you go. And then what have I been shocked at about products? I think like the time it takes to make it. Like I'll have an idea. I have something coming out in July.
So you design it?
Yeah, I design everything.
Okay.
I design everything. I have something coming out in July, which I started working on in August last year. And like when I thought of it in August, I'm like, holy fuck, this is going to be huge. I'm changing the game and like, let's do it. Like, can we do it in 6 weeks? No, we can't because we've been through so many rounds of sampling. Sampling for this product takes like 12 weeks. So that's like, it's just crazy. So I think that's a big misconception. Like you want to do something, it takes a really long time.
Talk to us about your first hires because as you said, it's like you just kind of started this. It was something you loved. Now it's a full-fledged business. Like you have responsibility for people's salaries.
Yes.
So what was that process like hiring those first couple people?
So when I first started, like I said, I'm like, get my nails, shoot some content, do a few emails, whatever. And I was making all the necklaces myself.
Yeah.
So then I decided I'm going to hire an assistant. She can help me with my socials, like taking my content, and she can help me filling the orders. So she would come every Monday and Wednesday for like 5 hours each day. First hour and a half, 2 hours, she would be filling the orders. Like, for example, I remember like I would roughly allow her like an hour and a half to 2 hours to do it because I'm like, okay, every Monday you'll have about 40 orders and every Thursday you'll have about 40 orders-ish, like between 30 to 50. So it's not like crazy. It's like 10 a day-ish. But then that would allow me enough time, like I can then make the necklaces, do some other stuff, and then we'll shoot some content. Then she had to increase to full days, Monday and Thursday. Then she had to increase to full time. Then she was filling the orders Monday to Friday, literally full time. So we had no time to do anything else. And she was hired as my personal assistant, but then it turned into like, she's had like 1,000 roles. She does everything. Then she was doing the custom service while full-time packing. She was working like 10-hour days. And then finally we got a warehouse because I was like, okay, this is a little crazy. So then she moved back into personal assistant and now she's just like my everything girl. Like she'll be running errands, running to get the printer, help me with content, shoot my personal content, help me pack, like makes my lunch. Like she's just like I just need her in my life. Like couldn't live without her. And then I hired my only friend who came to my wedding. She lives in London, and she asked me if I needed some help on socials, and I was like, not really, but like I kind of have this thing where I like really want to encourage people to do things all the time. So I was like, I feel like if I say no, she might be a bit disheartened, and I think it's good for her to like try new things. So I'll just say yes for a bit, but like, you know, it's not going to work. She lives in London. Anyway, end up working really well. She now works full time, and she's doing like socials and marketing. And then I hired an EA 3 weeks ago, and she's helping me with everything. And then that's it. That's the team. And then, like I said, I outsource the wholesale. That's like a freelance thing, a couple of hours a week. And we have customer service as well, which I outsource as well.
Oh my God.
So they're freelance. Like they don't work with me.
Okay, so the personal assistant thing is fascinating to me because I think that most founders first hire an executive assistant versus a personal assistant. Tell me, make a case for why we should get personal assistants.
I mean, I don't have the case for it, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just doing it, and it's working out. So I don't know if it's better or worse or what it is, but she is so helpful in looking after me so that I can look after everything else. Like, I'm really good at getting shit done business-wise, but having someone, if you think about it, like if you're cooking dinner, that takes so fucking long, really.
Yeah.
Like going to the shops, thinking of your recipe, blah, blah, blah. It takes so long. Cleaning the house because you have guests coming over, getting a birthday gift for your friend, writing thank you cards for people, like booking your appointments in. That's a full-time job.
Then add a fucking baby.
Yes.
My mental load, I just got exhausted.
No.
Thinking about then get the diapers, then get
logistics.
It's just like life logistics is
I
so
call it life
crazy.
admin.
Life admin is really
life
crazy.
admin. I'm getting a personal assistant after this. Keep going.
And I think she's just looks after me so that then I can look after the business. And she does help with the business things as well, but she's just, to me, more valuable, like helping with other things. For example, yesterday, I'm going to New York at the end of the week. We did all my outfits. She took a picture of them all. She's going to pack them all. So like when I get there, I'm going to have outfit 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything's organized. She have my itinerary planned for the week, like my car pickup for the airport, the flight, whatever. Everything's just nicely organized. So I don't need to spend 4 hours figuring all of this stuff out alone, and I can do calls and get shit done.
Oh my God. I need this so badly. Like that is so, because I've had an assistant in my business, which does also take a lot of stuff away, but I get so frustrated when I think about the fact that I've done, especially now with a baby, it's just like double the life admin.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I feel like I'm never getting to work? Like, why do I feel like I'm never getting to my work? And then I always feel behind in my work, and I haven't like taken out the 12-month clothes to put it away in the garage because it doesn't fit her anymore. And there's so many things like that. This is actually, okay, really quick side note. Someone had this business before COVID, and I think someone should bring this back. It's people who are freelance personal assistants, and they do like 10 hours per family, or you can buy a package.
Oh, that's so good.
How
Oh my
smart
God.
is that? Because I technically only need like 10 hours, right?
Yeah.
And so if anyone does that, DM me, because I feel like that's such a good business model for people.
Absolutely.